Folks, we're joined by a very special guest, a little different from what we normally do in terms of guests we have on, but we got here Daniel Hastings, Love is Blind Season 8 participant, and now a married man.
Married man.
Would you say you're like a winner of the show?
Yeah.
Because you actually found love?
Yeah, I say that. You don't win anything, but yeah. We were the only ones that got married, so I consider us the winners.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I was kind of telling you this before we started, but just as a preface, Sarge and I actually wanted to watch the show before having you on, but then I looked and the episodes were like an hour and 10 minutes, and it was Sunday night. And I'm like doing the math. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to watch this in time.
No, it's okay.
But shout out to our guy, Adam Oz. He's a big fan of you guys and the show, so he helped me come up with some questions. But
nice.
The way we're going to frame this is just that we want to pretend like we haven't seen it so that the viewers can learn along with us.
Sure.
But we know everything.
Smart. Yeah, you know everything.
Yeah, we've seen it all.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's start with just, as if I had never seen the show before, explain like Love is Blind, just the concept of it.
Yeah, so the concept of Love is Blind is essentially you're taking the superficial things out of dating. So, you're on the dating apps and you've got height, looks, certain metrics that you can pick that are all kind of surface level. The idea is to get rid of all that and get to know someone for who they are and not what they look like. So you go on. They actually reached out to me to see if I wanted to go on. Long story about the casting process, but doesn't matter. You get there and you date. For our season, there were 16 guys, 16 girls. First day, you date everybody for like 10, 15 minutes. At the end of the day, you rank everybody based on how well you thought they went, and then the girls do the same. And then based on your rankings and the girls' rankings of you, that depicts like what dates you have the next day. And so day one is like 16 dates. They're all 10, 15 minutes. Day 2 is up to 8 dates. They get a little bit longer, 30 minutes. Day 3 is like 6 dates. They're up to 45 minutes and so on. And then by the time you get to hopefully day 9, you've got like your person that you're proposing to. Still haven't seen them. Can't see them the whole time.
9 days?
9 days.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Do you just go a little crazy after a while talking to a wall?
Honestly, like you kind of get in the zone. Like it sounds like it's kind of just like you're talking on the phone to someone because the speakers are like, you're mic'd up, really good like acoustics.
Because you're in those pods, right? They call them.
You're in the dating pods.
And do you have to look a certain direction, or do you just kind of like look up?
You can do whatever you want. Like there's cameras everywhere, but you've got this wall in front of you that's kind of like you're talking into the void of this wall, and then your person's on the other side. And so, it sounds like, and it is a very quick, 9 days, especially to find the person that you're gonna get engaged to.
Yeah, no shit.
But the dates that you're on are very intentional and like very like you're locked in on what you're doing. You have no phone, no TV, no distractions.
Yeah.
You talk about everything that you would possibly need to talk about to figure out if you're going to marry this person. So like in the normal dating world, you don't talk about finances or kids or like your deepest vulnerabilities, until 6 months or a year into dating that person. And in this scenario, it's just sped up and you're like really getting into that stuff. So you build these bonds really quickly, which is necessary. And then you're like, okay, I've got this person. I'm like, she is my girl and she picked me. I'm going to propose to her. And then the next day you do this big reveal, the doors open, you're standing across from each other. You walk, you have 20 minutes to like say hi and get to know each other a little bit in person. And then you go on a tropical getaway, like a honeymoon kind of thing for a week.
Where'd you get to do that?
We went to Honduras.
Oh,
Sweet.
It was pretty cool.
how was it?
Is
Bitcoin the official currency of that country? Isn't
I don't know. It was strange because we got there. We got to the airport and we were driving to our the resort we were staying at, and it's like very much third world country.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it just like after 30 minutes of that, it just opens up into this like beautiful resort. It was very strange.
You know what the cartel owns?
Yeah, they've got a nice little spot by the beach.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was a lot of like production, cameras, that type of stuff. So we got to do some things, but I would go back without the cameras. I think that would be a lot more fun. But you're there for a week, and then we came back to Minneapolis. We moved in together. live together for the weeks leading up to the wedding, which was 3 weeks. And you're going on dates, you're meeting each other's families, you're meeting each other's friends, all while trying to like plan this wedding and figure out if you're actually going to go through with it and get married. And then the wedding happens and you go up there and you say yes or no, and the rest is history. Thankfully, we said yes.
Yeah. Wait, so they do all that for all the matches, and then
Yeah.
is it kind of like a shocker if someone's like, no?
You know,
Or can you see it coming usually?
Usually, I think you can see it coming, but there's a lot of times where people get up there and they're surprised by what the other person says, which I can't imagine how you could get to that point and not like communicate and know what's going to happen that day. Because like we knew exactly what was going to happen that day. Taylor and I did.
Yeah.
And even, I mean, the day of, you get there and like you're nervous because it's a big deal and you don't have your phone. They take your phone in the morning, so you're going throughout the day, 6 hours leading up to the wedding without your phone, without your ability to talk to each other, and like you're going through your mind like, oh my gosh, like should I do this? Are we doing it? Blah blah blah. And so like a lot could come up, on the day of the wedding, but we were just so like confident in our connection and like what we had built that we knew we were going to say yes. So yeah, it was like 6 weeks in total. And
did it not even feel real? Like it happened by the end
it
of it?
still doesn't really feel real. like honestly, the season 10, it just came out.
Yeah.
They're dropping episodes now, and we watch it and it's like, oh yeah, we did that. Like we sat right in those pods, like, so it's still very strange. Yeah.
And how, I can't remember the amount of the gap in time between when you guys actually recorded and when it aired.
Yeah.
What was the time in between like, or even, or when it aired and people were watching and you had to try not giving it away, but it's got to be impossible to also hide stuff from friends and family.
Yeah. I mean, friends and family, like, knew what happened because they were at our wedding.
Oh, I suppose.
Yeah. But, yeah. It's
Good
fine.
question, Jack.
Yeah.
I know the show.
Yeah.
Just trying to answer it in case any of the viewers were wondering.
We appreciate that. I'm
Of
sure
course.
they appreciate that.
Yeah.
We filmed in February of 2024, and then the show came out a year later. So
A year.
Yeah, so we were under the radar, married for a year before the show came out, and then when the show came out, we kind of had to go into hiding a little bit because, once the show comes out and people see the episodes and they're like, oh, these two are engaged, if they saw us out in public together, they'd probably, put two and two together.
And it would ruin it for them.
Yeah. So we kind of stayed in hiding for the weeks that the show was, being released. But the year leading up to the show coming out, honestly, was great because we were just like living a married life and nobody really knew about the show. And, Minneapolis and Minnesota, it's a small town. So like people kind of start to figure things out, like word spreads, which whatever. But for the most part, we kept it under wraps.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine that's got to be weird. At least when you had to quote unquote like go into hiding, it was February, so everyone else was hiding too.
Right, yeah, it was
fucking
fine. Like, it wasn't
out.
the summer, which
Yeah,
is great.
yeah.
Like,
yeah, the week of the 4th of July. Oh, Daniel, you got to stay in, buddy.
I know. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely weird. Like, you think of, your life and kind of how you expect marriage to, play into your life, and nobody when they're like a teenager, like growing up, is like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna be on a Netflix reality show, and like I'm gonna know this girl for 6 weeks, and then we're gonna get married, done. Like, so it's such a unique, experience, and so we're just very grateful that it worked out, the way that it did, and it could have been a lot worse.
And you guys are still obviously doing a ton of stuff, media wise. I see you put out a lot of content, stuff like that. Was it weird to go from everyday people to like almost overnight celebrities? Because I'd imagine you went from, being an everyday guy to like very famous super quick.
Yeah. I still like feel weird about, like, I don't feel like I'm famous. Like it feels weird to say. But yeah, I posted maybe twice a year on my Instagram. It was like a Christmas picture and then one other picture,
like a picture of your dog.
Yeah,
classic,
right. Like just like
classic guy stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like just like nothing. And yeah, once the show came out, it was kind of like, hey, if you want to grow this platform, like, you got to post almost every day. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. I can't do that. Like,
right.
So we have fun with it. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, we try and make fun videos and, you know, marriage content and like dog stuff. And I like cooking and golfing and sports. And so it's like, if I can make content about that, great. If we can have some fun partnerships through that, great. But yeah, I mean, it is weird because like you're married, but now you've also kind of have this platform together and you need to work together on that. And so there's a balance of being like a married couple and coworkers. And
Right.
it's like a very fine line because you don't want to be coworkers.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're married. And so we try and keep our heads on straight a little bit.
Yeah, that's got to be a weird balance between, you know, we were both on this show together and, you know, have to keep
Yeah.
up appearances, and we actually are just genuinely in love with each other
Right.
and want to be a normal married couple.
Yeah. Cuppy, that might be the
Cuppy.
new.
God damn it. It's usually what Jake's here
Yeah.
for. He goes to Florida one time, and now I'm saying the douchey terms.
It's a nice little cuppy.
Yeah, like nice little cuppy.
Yeah.
God, what else did I have? So there was a little bit of drama during the show from what I heard about the potential of you following her on Instagram.
Yes.
So explain that one to the people. I already know the story.
Right, you
but-
know the story.
Yeah, so does Sarge.
Yeah.
He
but
actually
for-
has a take on the story that we'll listen to
Yes.
after.
Yeah, absolutely.
For those that don't know, so when the reveal happened and the reveal doors open, there was a moment where Taylor saw me and thought that she recognized me from somewhere. And her mind went to, I think he followed me on Instagram before, which, first of all, if I would have followed her on Instagram, I would have remembered,
Yeah.
you know, and so I would have brought it up because it's like they told us, hey, if you know that you recognize someone or like you figure out you know the person across from you, like go tell production, you know, and they'll make sure you guys don't go on any dates anymore. So like I would have said something, but yeah, so that was brought up and it was at the reveal, and so it's just like this moment that's supposed to be really amazing, and like it was amazing, but there was just this little thing on her shoulder that was like she just couldn't get past it. And so the way that it works is the reveal happens and then there's 2 days in between the reveal and when we leave to go to Honduras. And so the day after the reveal, she told production, hey, I think this is what's going on. I think he knew what I looked like the whole time, which, by the way, is like completely understandable for someone to freak out about that, because the whole reason you're there is to like fall in love with this person based on who they are and not what they look like. So if I would have known, you know, if I followed her on Instagram and knew what she looked like the whole time, that defeats the whole purpose. So it like completely understandable from like her standpoint. But the day after the reveal, they came into my hotel and they're like, hey, we want to like invite you guys to Honduras, but we just Taylor wants to have like a conversation with you quick just to make sure you guys are on the same page about something. And I, in my head, was kind of like, oh, like that can't be a good thing.
Right.
Because if it was, you know, if everything was fine, we would have met up in Honduras. And so I thought she was just like overwhelmed or whatever, needed to go home, which would have been fine. Like we would have gone home and figured it out. But that wasn't the case. And so we sat down and she brought it up and I did my best to just kind of be understanding and like patient with it all. Cause like at that moment, I was the only person in the whole world who knew that I didn't know what she looked like the whole time.
Right.
You know, there was a possibility in her mind. There was a possibility in all of production's mind that, you know, it's like, so I was the only person who knew. So I was like, it's not really my job here to like try and convince you. I'm just going to like, I don't know, try and be understanding and we'll work through it together. And so, yeah. So for the record, I did not follow her.
Yeah. No, that was just some.
To be clear.
That was just some other white guy.
Yeah, right. Do you know how many people look like me?
Yeah, dude. Seriously.
Yeah. No, I mean, you know, but like what I said was like, it's possible that at some point over the years, I came across her Instagram. We were both on the dating apps, shot her a follow to be like, oh, if she follows me back, maybe, you know, she thinks I'm cute. Then I'll send her a DM.
Yeah, I do that like
You know.
30 times a day.
Yeah, you do that all the time. Yeah. I don't.
It's not that weird of a thing to do anyways.
It's a normal thing.
But
yeah.
also, too, if you followed her, you wouldn't even know like what her voice sounds like unless she
Yeah.
was posting videos or any of that stuff.
Right.
Even if you did follow someone you barely knew on Instagram, I feel like if you put them behind a wall,
Yeah.
unless they had a very striking hobby,
Right.
like, oh, I'm really into underwater basket weaving, and she wouldn't stop
Yeah.
talking about that on the show, I'd be
And I
like, okay,
probably
that
would've
might
been
be the
like,
same same chick from Instagram. So yeah, that is kind of crazy. But
Yeah.
I get why production also wouldn't want any like barriers or
Yeah.
you know any
Well, and it was our time on the show, as you know because you've seen it,
Right.
was
All knower.
was like super smooth sailing. Like we had no issues. We were like connecting on every single thing that we needed to. And so part of me was like, okay, is this too good to be true? Like what happens if we get into an argument or a fight? Cause like that's going to happen. And so a little part of me was like grateful for the whole, situation because it gave us a glimpse into like how we navigate through, road bumps or speed bumps in a relationship. And I think it like proved to us like, okay, we can communicate through this and like work through it together and come out on the other side stronger. And so in a weird way, like, yeah, in the moment I was like, okay, this sucks. Like I'd rather not be doing this. But in the long run, I think it was probably healthy for us. So yeah, strange situation though. And production and like the creators of the show did us a huge solid where they were like, hey, why don't you guys, after our conversation, we actually decided to come home. So we were like, hey, let's just go home.
Wait, so this conversation happened in Honduras?
No, this was in LA before.
Oh,
we left for
okay.
Honduras.
Yeah.
Sorry. So before we left for Honduras, this conversation happened in some random hotel.
Yep.
And so after that conversation, we were like, you know what, if you need to go home and be around friends and family to like process this, fine with me. Like I don't need to go to Honduras as long as like we can go home together and like figure it out together. Great. So we decided to do that. And then Chris, the creator of the show, and their executive producers were like, hey, you guys can do whatever you want. We would just recommend like not doing that because you're going to be thrown into the world and it's going to be a lot to handle. Just go grab lunch, no cameras, no mics, just like talk about it. And like, so we did. And like that lunch honestly probably saved our relationship because it just like brought us back down to earth a little bit. And it was like, oh, okay, like this is legit. And it was just, I don't know, it was a nice gesture from production to let us do that because they're very like on the ball when it comes to having cameras and mics at all times. So anyways, long story short, that was long story long. That's what the Instagram gate situation was.
Yeah. Was the lunch at Costco? Because I saw your shirt, dude. That fucking rocks.
You like that?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I wish it was at Costco.
Yeah.
No, it was at some nice Italian place in LA.
Oh, it was in LA. Yeah.
We were in LA. So
nice.
Yeah. But then we both felt good about going to Honduras and doing that part of our relationship. And I'm glad we went.
Yeah, for sure. But I was going to say, in case you needed a backup plan in Honduras, what if you just played golf every day?
Yeah.
Like, camera crew just followed you around.
Dude, I'd be just fine with that.
What's up, guys? We're at Palm West here in Honduras. I'm pretty sure they have like 4 John Deere tractors mowing the fairways. That's about all they got.
I know.
It's a golf tour.
Yeah, I'd be fine playing golf in Honduras. Yeah. No, it's fine with me. Taylor likes golfing too. She's actually a pretty good like natural athlete, but she hasn't golfed much. And like golf's a tough sport, but
it's a vibe though. Even if people don't play, like anyone can just drive the cart, play music, and drink.
Like
it's
universal.
The best thing
ever.
Yeah. Sarge, what was your take about Instagram Gate? Because I know you had one.
It wouldn't be the first time a relationship ended over Instagram. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I've had a crazy ex-girlfriend that made me unfollow like friends. I'm like, this is bad.
Yeah.
This is not good. But I got a question. Just kind of going back, and you mentioned you meet the parents, like people that obviously haven't seen the show.
You've seen
know
it
that.
though.
Yeah, I've definitely seen it.
You know this.
What did your parents think about this whole thing?
Yeah. I mean, that's a huge piece. That's a huge piece of like why it works for some people and why it doesn't. Because a lot of times, sometimes parents just don't even know like what's happening. Like they don't know that their kid went on this show.
They don't tell them.
Yeah, they don't tell them.
Which is crazy.
Like, and then they show up and they're like, "Hey, this is what's going on." So like, I can't even imagine doing that. But like, there's that piece of it, and then there's also the piece of like they just don't understand the timeline of it and don't agree with like the timeline. It's like, hey, if it's working for you, great. Just like do it on your own time, which is fair, as like a parent wanting to protect their kid. But, I mean, our meetups with each other's parents went well for the most part. Like, I was pretty open with my parents leading up to when, before I was officially cast. Like, I called my mom and was like, hey, this was like early on in the casting process. And I was like, hey, just a heads up. Like, I just had a call with whatever. It's for this show, Love is Blind, on Netflix. There's like a 10% chance that it actually works out. And even if I do get picked to go on it, there's like an even smaller chance that I'm actually going to find someone. And even if I do find that person, like, we're not getting married.
Yeah.
Like, we'll come home and date. And then that conversation just went on to like, hey, there's like a 25% chance that this is going to happen. But like, everything's still the same. Eventually I got the call and I was like, hey, so like, this is happening. But still, the plan was not to really get married. It was like, if I find someone great, we'll come home and do it on our own time. And so like, that was the last conversation I had with my parents before flying out the day after.
Yeah.
And then I go through the whole process and I get home and they're like, hey, is the plan still to, date and be engaged on your own time? And I was like, nope, nope, we're doing it.
And there's going to be cameras there.
Yeah. And there's going to be a bunch of cameras. They actually did a pretty good job of like hiding the cameras during the wedding, which is nice. It was, it felt like a normal wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so it did. That's what that was going to be a follow-up question.
Yeah. I mean, for the kinda. It, the ceremony part of it felt like a normal wedding. But there was definitely like a level of production throughout the day. But it was a pretty amazing day. It's the coolest thing, honestly, is that we can go back and watch our whole story.
Yeah.
Like, we can go on Netflix and be like, oh yeah, like, this was our story. And like, hopefully, when we have kids someday, it's like we can go and watch it with them and be like, hey, like, this is our story. So I think that part's really cool.
Your kids are going to go to like school and think that your story is normal.
Yeah.
And then they're going to talk to other kids like, wait, your mommy and daddy didn't meet on Netflix?
Yeah.
Like, you're going to be like, oh, yeah.
They're going to need,
That's crazy. So with the cameras being around all the time, I'd imagine that was, or just being recorded a lot, like, was a bit of an adjustment. Did you ever say something where immediately after you're like, oh, fuck, the camera was filming that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, they encourage you to talk about everything. You can talk about whatever you want. So like, you can talk about your deepest sexual fantasies if you want.
Yeah.
But in the back of your mind, you're like, my grandma's probably gonna watch it. Like, my mom, like, and I just don't want to put them through that. And so like, we were pretty careful because like Taylor felt the same way of like, hey, we can have these conversations, but like off camera.
Yeah, not now.
It's like. So, I mean, some people are less careful about that. Some people, I just think, don't care. So they'll just have whatever and say whatever. And I respect that. But also, I'm like, I'll have all the conversations I need to have. But, like, I'm always aware that anything I say
could be used against you in court.
Yeah, exactly. In a court of law. Yeah. Yeah. So, no, I mean, it's in the back of your mind. But, like, you kind of just get in the zone and you're just having conversation. And I kind of got to the point of where it's like, you know what, I'm going to have whatever conversation I need to have to like make myself get myself to a place of like being comfortable enough to propose and whatever. And if it makes it in the final edit, like whatever. But yeah, I think I was fine. I don't think I said anything too crazy.
Yeah.
Well, you would know.
I know everything you said.
And
it makes sense to me.
I didn't. Yeah. Yeah. So that was, I mean,
except for that take about how 9 is going to be like the greatest quarterback of all
time.
time.
Well, yeah, I know.
Tough one.
Yeah, that one came back to bite me pretty quick. Yeah. There's still time. Hey, there's still
time. I agree.
There is still time.
I have a hot takes on the Vikings. And
let's drop it. Drop it now.
Please.
You're on a sports show now, so
okay.
We don't have to talk about love the whole time.
Yeah. Well, we love the Vikings.
Oh, there you go.
You know, I still have like a 60% faith in JJ McCarthy.
Okay.
I think there's still time for him to develop. I think he's been injured a lot. I don't know. I'd like, of course I'm optimistic.
Might have to send you home with this candle right here.
Dude, I'm going to put that.
So it was originally Kirk's face, had to rip that off, put Sam's face on there, ripped that off, put 9's photo on there, ripped that off, Carson Wentz back to 9.
Oh, man.
There was Brosmer's face on there at some point. Yeah, Darnold for sure. This thing has been through the heater. It hasn't been lit too many times either because we've only had one playoff game since owning it. But
Yeah, no, it's a tough life sometimes being a Vikings fan.
Yeah.
Seriously.
You're a Wild fan too, though. I see the hat. I like the hat.
Yeah, man, I love Minnesota sports all around. Yeah,
You should come watch sports with us sometime.
Dude, I
Join
will.
a live stream.
that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, even for the Olympics.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we got what? Sweden tomorrow in men's,
Yeah,
women's gold medal game Thursday, and then hopefully men's semifinals, hopefully finals on
Yep.
Sunday.
yeah. Well, I did the Wolves. I'm big on the Wolves right now and big on the Wild right now. I think they've got some really good momentum going. So hopefully, of course, being a Minnesota fan, you're like, well, it's not going to work out anyways. But
Did you probably not watch the NBA All-Star game? Because we definitely didn't.
no, I watched some of the highlights of Ant.
Okay, yeah.
And that's about it.
Yeah, of him saying, like, wait, I won the MVP. Why?
Yeah, he didn't even know he was getting
Yeah.
the MVP. Yeah.
Or he said, like, I think he said, like, Steph Curry modeled his game after me.
Yeah. Dude, he's
Shit like
he's
that.
so funny, dude.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, he's great.
He needs to just never be media trained.
No.
Just keep doing himself.
The more he swears, I think, the better.
yeah.
Instead of, because they just fine him every time. Like, I think last year, what did he rack up, Sarge? Didn't you have the number? Was it?
Dude, it was almost $300,000.
Which is insane.
For him, it's like worth
So much
it.
more money than the average person makes in a
Oh, yeah.
year's worth of hard work, and he
Yeah.
just said fuck like 3 times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else do I have here? Did the producers ever try to tell you to do something different or try to, like, create drama, or did they kind of just sit back and let you guys?
Yeah. For the most part, they let us just kind of take the conversations where it goes. They definitely, like, there's a side to Netflix and the production and all of that stuff where they're trying to create storylines, and so there were times where, it was brought up to us like, hey, can you guys talk about this again, or like keep talking about this topic, or like maybe talk about this. But there was never any moment where they were like, hey, you need to talk about this, or you need to do this, or
You need to
don't
be a
do
douche.
it.
Yeah.
Like, so, and for me, thankfully, like, the way they edit it is they start at the end and work their way back. And so for me, because I got married, it didn't do them any good to make me the villain. And
Yeah.
so, like,
Yeah.
being the only one that got married, I was hopeful that, like, okay, at least in the final edit, like, I'm not going to look like a tool. They have other people for that.
Yeah.
And so that gave me a little bit of peace. But, yeah, I mean, there were times where they would step in and maybe, like, try and, bring things a certain way. But it was never forced on us, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And were there any other girls that you went on these blind dates with that were even close to the connection you had with Taylor, or did you just know right away, like, oh,
No, yeah, I
this
knew.
is the top girl?
Yeah, I knew right away. So you rank everybody
Right.
1 to 16, and you actually write it down, like, and then they do the same. And I wrote Taylor as my number 1 every day from day 1, and she wrote me as her number 1
Damn.
every day from day 1, which at the time had never happened before in the history of the show, where 2 people had been each other's number 1s the whole time and then actually got married. And so we were a first for that. But yeah, I mean, it was like fun. The dating pods was super fun. It's like you'd go and you'd be in the lounge with all the guys, and then you'd have your schedule for the day, and it'd be like, okay, in this time block and this time block, you're going on dates. You don't know who it's with. You just walk in and then they're there. And the dates were fun because you're just like getting to know people, and then you go back to the lounge and you're just hanging with the guys in the lounge. And so, like, that part of the show is super fun.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
And the lounge, like in the pods, that was in LA, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it was in either like,
Was it like Santa Clara?
Santa Clarita or Santa Monica. It was like 30 minutes north of LA.
Okay.
So I just say LA.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we stayed in hotels there. We shuttled the set every day, shuttled back every night. It was super cool. Like, that part of it was super fun.
Yeah.
For me. Yeah.
Now the show airs, and you say you're kind of in hiding, but you can't literally stay inside forever. So there must have been a time where you went out and people were like, "Oh my God, are you from Love Is Blind?"
Yeah.
Did that happen a lot, or
Yeah.
or were you able to somewhat limit it?
I mean, when the show was actively being released, we weren't able to wear wedding rings, so we could go out, but it's like, just don't wear your wedding rings, and try not to be like together in public too much unless you're in a group.
Yeah.
And so we definitely were out, and like Minneapolis, it's a big town, but like it is small. And
You see a lot of the same people out and about.
And so when and also like not a ton of super exciting things happen in Minneapolis. It was like we had the Super Bowl, whatever, 8 years ago or whatever it was, and then Love is Blind. And so it was like people were pretty excited about it. It's like everyone in Minnesota watched because they're like, oh, I wonder if I know someone on there. And, you know, I would be doing the same thing. And so when we would go out, because usually we had like a group of people. And so it was like pretty obvious that we were the Love is Blind people. And so everyone, wanted pictures and all that stuff. And for me, I'm like, we're just normal people.
Right.
Like, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know. We have fun with it. I still feel weird when people are like, oh my gosh, can we get a picture? And I'm like, with me?
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
that one, like, so yeah, we have fun with it though.
Yeah. No, I mean, even just in the years we've been doing this, we've kind of gotten a feel for that. You know, when we're at games, people want photos, and it never feels normal.
Yeah, it's weird.
Kids come up to you and they're like, "Hey, can you sign my baseball?" I'm like, "I think it'll be worth more if I don't sign it."
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna devalue this baseball right now.
Bring it to practice.
Yeah.
So what else do I have here? So like, I know from what I read, you guys connected on faith and values and all that stuff, but were there other factors that, you know, you guys really connected on?
Yeah. I mean, you know, I'd say like for me, the non-negotiables going in when it comes to like who I'm going to marry, it was the faith aspect and then kids. So like I want kids and I need someone who also wants kids. So it was like, those are the big things. But like we just connected on just like the vibe, because you only have like 10 or 15 minutes in the first date and it's like quick.
Yeah.
And so all you have to go on is just like the flow of conversation, like the sense of humor, like the quick, you know, banter that you have. And it was just like so far above anybody else. And I had a lot of great conversations with other girls there, but like, and Taylor would say the same thing. We found ourselves being on dates with other people and like thinking about our dates with each other. And so to me, that was like a sign that there was like something bigger going on between Taylor and I. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was pretty clear, like just the sense, she has a great sense of humor and I think I'm pretty funny. And so like we just connected right away on that. It was almost like, it was like, okay, how do you feel about this? Check. How do you feel about this? Check. You know, and everything was just checking the boxes really quickly. And it was just like, okay, yeah, like this makes sense.
Yeah, you mentioned all that stuff, and it is kind of crazy to think it actually worked out based on, you know, how random of a group it is, like the short timetable, but, you know, it all, like, I mean, kind of what I said, you ended up kind of winning the show for actually finding your soulmate on it.
Yeah, and, like, we were very, like, intentional about keeping the integrity of the show throughout the process because, like, you could talk about looks if you wanted to in the pods while you're getting to know these people. And like sometimes conversations would almost lead that way to where it's like you could say something where, you know, she could be like, oh, you look kind of like this, or, you know, whatever. And we did our best to stay away from that because we just truly wanted it to like work. And so some people talked about, you know, certain physical traits. Or
did you say you looked like Bradley Cooper?
No, dude. No, but I get a certain celebrity that look alike all the time. And I almost thought about bringing it up. And,
bring it up.
Well,
right now.
Okay, well, right now it's fine, but like.
Oh, but during the show, if you did it. Oh, yeah,
I would have gotten, because some people have done that in the past on previous seasons, and one girl said she looked like Megan Fox, and there's like a slight resemblance, but like
brown hair.
That's a slippery slope.
But like if you're a man who grew up in like the 90s and the 2000s and like Transformers, and you hear Megan Fox, you're like.
Yeah, instant erection.
What? Yeah, and so that's like, that's what, you know, the guy that she was talking to probably was thinking, and I just didn't want to, like, the celebrity I get told look like a lot is Leonardo DiCaprio.
I see it.
Which, like, hey, that's great.
You don't want to set the bar that high, though.
Well, and I also just don't like look exactly like him, and so like, I don't know. Plus then it's like, hey, I'm a white guy with brown hair, you know, which probably is a safe bet, you know, but I just didn't even want to like go through that. So, but yeah, I get told him a lot. I get told a lot of weird celebrities, but he's probably the most common one that I get.
You'd be like, I look like Leonardo DiCaprio, but I do date women older than 25. So you don't have to worry about the age requirement.
Oh, nope. not interested.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
Whatever.
100%.
Yeah. It is interesting, though, because, like, when I was on the dating apps before the show, I had never dated anybody older than me, which, like, is such a weird thing to, like, care so much about.
Yeah.
But Taylor's older than me. And so, like, the cool thing about the show is that I would have never gotten the chance to meet her because I wouldn't have even swiped right or whatever because she was a year or two older than me. Whereas now, like, the show, it really breaks down, like, what actually matters. And, like, as long as they're close in age, like, even if they're not, like, who cares? Like, if you're into that, whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, pretty cool.
Sarge, what's one thing you would ask someone on the other side of the pod?
Oh my gosh, you put me on the spot. I don't know.
Imagine there's a girl on the other side of the pod. What are you asking her?
Can I pick you up?
Yeah.
Someone asked that.
Really?
In the past season, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, if I'm being realistic, yeah, I would want to know if they want to have kids for sure. Like, I think that's something I definitely would want to know.
Yeah.
Sarge is the one stealing all the condoms at the Olympics. So.
Yeah.
I knew it was you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's interesting. Like, you have to really be, like, thorough with that because you don't want to waste your time or their time.
Right.
And so,
Yeah.
like, there were so many conversations I had with girls on the other side of the pod where it was like, hey, we have, like, great conversation. I'm sure you're a great person, but you don't want kids, or, like, you don't have, like, a faith or don't want anything to do with it. And it's not like a judgmental thing. It's like, hey, it's not my place to judge you. You're just not the person here for me.
Yeah.
And so we both went through that and did our due diligence dating everybody pretty much and ended up together.
Yeah. That's super cool.
Yeah. We're very grateful because I don't know how many people they reached out to, 10,000 people in Minneapolis, and picked me and picked her.
Yeah. And were people able to apply for those who didn't get reached out to?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
They had applications available. Actually, yeah, I know for sure that you could, but they did a lot of outreach. They reached out to people over dating apps, social media, LinkedIn, just about everything to try and find people.
Didn't get an invite, Sarge.
Yeah, I was going to say, damn it. I wonder why.
Shit. You must have seen the video of me in the hot dog outfit.
Because I might be single.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think you would have had anything to worry about. Well, okay, really quick before we talk sports, because I want to get back to that.
Sure.
Here's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I have your number now, so I'm going to watch the show, and I'm just going to fire off all my takes. You might get texted at like 3 in the morning of like,
well,
dude, why the hell would you say that? That was crazy.
I'll put you on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'll respond to all at once.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I
Keep a journal.
You can ask. You can shoot me questions.
Okay.
That's fine.
I got a question. Do you?
Yeah.
So you mentioned like hanging out with the fellas in the lobby or whatever. Do you stay in contact with anyone still?
Yeah. So that's the other piece of this that is like so cool is not only did I find my wife, but I have this like group of friends that we still talk all the time and hang out all the time. And like they understand the process and like what we all went through together. So yeah, I'd say, I mean, there's probably 1, 2, maybe like 5 or 6 guys that I stay in contact with pretty frequently.
That's so awesome.
Yeah,
They all still live around here too.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now
It's
you guys
sick,
are just
yeah.
thrown back into the world.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And so we kind of like it helps to help like navigate certain things because they've been through it too. And I've also gotten to be pretty good friends with like the married guys from other seasons because
That was my next question.
yeah. So like we the people who got engaged know what it's like to go through that piece of it, but nobody really understands the marriage side of it for our season because we were the only ones to get married. And so it's nice to have some other like couples to bounce things off of, knowing that they've gone through just as much as we have. But yeah, we're very lucky because there's a big group from our season, and I think from what I understand, it's not always like that with the other seasons. So we're very fortunate there. But
Well, I can imagine too in some of the bigger cities, like
Yeah.
people aren't as inclined to stay in contact. Whereas you mentioned,
Yeah.
Minneapolis is like a fairly small community compared to
Yeah.
most major metro cities. So
yeah, well, there was a time where we lived in North Loop for a year and a half or something like that, and there were it was us and then like 6 other people that were within like a quarter mile of each other. So we would see each other all the time because we could just walk to each other's places or whatever. So we've since moved out to the burbs, but yeah, it's a pretty cool part of like this whole journey.
Did you guys go to Cuzzies a lot? Probably saw Jake there.
That's where I knew you from. Yeah.
You know the Kirk Cousins guy?
Yeah.
He's fucking there like 3 days every single weekend.
We found ourselves at Cuzzies every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You got to be a certain mood for that.
You know, yeah. There's a lot I can say about Cuzzies.
Yeah, where do you want to start?
Yeah, I know. I actually like Cuzzies.
Yeah, no,
it
it's
was, like,
great.
a great place to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we definitely spent some time there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
It was nice being able to just walk there and walk home. So.
Oh, no shit, dude. I take an Uber back from there because I live in St. Paul and it's like $35.
Yeah.
You know,
Brutal.
it beats drunk driving.
Yeah.
$10,000 fine.
$35, 10 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you think the Wild should trade Wallstedt? I'm gonna fire a hot one at you right away because that's relevant.
My immediate reaction is no. I don't know. It's like I don't really know what the word is of like what we'd get in return, but I don't think so.
First line center. That's right.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, I don't think so.
No,
not right now.
And they bring up that Helivaj kid from where's he from?
Czechia. No.
Czechia.
Czechoslovakia.
I don't. Shit.
Formerly known as Czechoslovakia.
Oh.
They're two separate countries now.
Yeah.
I just learned that today, by the way.
Oh, really?
So now it's Czechia and Slovakia separate. It's a separate thing.
So maybe he's from
that
Slovakia.
It is legit.
Oh, I just learned that right now.
Yeah, not Czechoslovakia anymore. Slovakia, separate country.
This isn't even a sports show anymore. This is
global political scale. Have you ever heard of Honduras? Oh, you've been there.
Yeah, I've spent some time in Honduras. Yeah, Roatan, been there.
Is that where it was in Honduras? You guys were?
It was in Roatan.
It must have been sick though. I think we mentioned that.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, we got to go on some fun dates there. Yeah, if I went, it'd be fun to go back and like actually have full control over like what everything we could do. But yeah,
you guys take a PJ there?
No.
Oh
no, I wish. But all the guys flew and the girls flew. They flew us separately.
Okay.
So it was we flew overnight from LA to Houston and then Houston to Roatan. It was a long day.
International travel's no joke.
No, and like you're also stressed from the filming and like the production side, and then add on like just not sleeping on a plane for 12 hours, and so I don't know.
Yeah,
Taylor and I have always, not to derail this, Taylor and I have always talked about trying to go on the Amazing Race.
Sick.
Which would be super cool. But the plane time, like the travel part, I've heard is like one of the biggest hurdles of like getting through that because you're in airports all the time.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Back to Helivaj. Yeah. How do we pronounce his name? 18-year-old kid from Slovakia.
Yeah, big H.
Who had one good Olympic game, and now everyone's saying he could be the number 2 guy. Like, this is an unproven 18-year-old.
Well, it was kind of like the trade talks with the Wolves and Giannis.
Right.
I personally was like, dude, like we've got some momentum going on here. Like, yeah, I'm sure it would be great and it would sound great to bring Giannis over here, but like, what are we giving up? Like, we've got good momentum going right now. We can beat OKC. We can beat Denver. Like, we can beat these teams that we need to beat with the team that we have.
Right.
Like, why throw a wrench into it hoping? Because if it doesn't work out, then you're screwed for the next however many years. So.
And your window's probably closed.
Right. Yeah.
It's like a double-edged sword.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's like, hey, these teams have some momentum going. Like, just maybe let it be.
And Quinn Hughes is sick.
Dude, he like honestly kind of transformed like the whole team.
100%.
It was insane. Like we've got some great players, obviously, but bringing him in was just like he made everybody better.
Yeah, and you even see the way he skates in the Olympics. He just opens up the ice for everybody else.
It's
and
fun
just
to
sets up plays.
It's fun to watch knowing that he's on the Wild.
Right.
Because it's like he's such a pivotal player. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like I'm optimistic, of course.
Yeah, I mean it's tough. It's tough with the divisions with Dallas, and then if you beat Dallas, you'll probably have to go to Colorado.
Yeah,
and I mean it's a gauntlet regardless of what conference or division you're in to get to the Stanley Cup, but it is also daunting.
Yeah. What do you think the Wild should do?
Yeah, I think they need a first-line center, but I don't know if you want to give up Wallstad because I believe it's like a 2-goalie league. You
Yeah.
got to have one tendy and then like a tendy A and a tendy B, 1A, 1B.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the playoffs, you also want to ride the hot hand. So do you need two in the playoffs? You do in a regular season.
You probably don't in the playoffs, but I don't know.
How do you survive 82 games when one guy's playing 60 of them, and then how does he go on a playoff run?
Yeah.
Body's got to be shot by that point.
Yeah.
And Olympics. Like Gustafsson has played almost every game in the Olympics.
I know. I don't know, dude. Like, we can look back and make all the predictions and whatever. It's like, I don't know.
Thank God it's just not us making the decisions.
You just can't win, and when you're in that position,
Yeah.
regardless of what you do, you're gonna piss some people off.
Well, and we're friends with Billy G. We've had him in here before, and
Okay.
like I think the last time I was like, dude, I heard McDavid hasn't signed anywhere. Like you should go get him. And he just looked at me like I was a fucking
You're an
moron.
idiot. You're an idiot.
And I'm like, well, yeah,
Stay in your lane.
you just give him like 9 players and we can have them.
Yeah, well, it's easy. Just give him everybody.
Yeah.
We'll take him.
We'll take him
I
and
don't
we'll
understand what the issue is here.
we'll
Just-
clone him.
Yeah, just make it happen.
Just make another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the Giannis thing. It's like, just give
Yeah.
up Nas and whoever else, but
Yeah, and it's weird because with the Wolves, regardless of how mid they are, like in the regular season, you actually can trust them now to be a playoff team.
Right.
Which saying that about any Minnesota sports team, like a reflex goes off that says it's incorrect.
yeah, wrong.
But the fact that the last 2 years they've gone to the Western Conference, I mean, they are
yeah.
a bona fide playoff team.
Yeah. That's why my whole thing with Giannis, it's like, hey, like Ant's continuing to grow as a leader of the team. Like the team's getting more time together. Like just let him go.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the state of Minnesota would have a riot if we ever got rid of Nas Reed.
Yeah, that'd be bad. Especially for all the people that got the tattoos.
Dude, yeah.
All the free tattoos.
I almost got one, but
Did you really?
I mean, I had someone who was like, yeah, like I'll do it, and I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be different, like if it was Kevin Garnett, like
Right.
a generational player. But
Yeah.
this guy's a very good player, but he's more of, I would say, a meme
For sure.
in the sense of just his name.
For sure.
So if you just got his name tattooed and then you got traded to Milwaukee,
Right.
it'd be like, 20 years later, people are like, "What is that?" And you're like, "It's a long story."
Yeah. Yeah. People know
ancient
KG,
history.
but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. We're trying to get to a game. We went to a game and sat courtside for part of the game last year, and that was super fun.
Nice.
That was a weird. We were there during warm-ups on the court, and I'm trying to remember. I think it was Nikhil Alexander Walker came up to us and was like, "Hey, my wife is a huge fan."
No,
And
shit.
I'm like, "What?"
Yeah. You're like
us?
staring at him
Yeah,
up
I'm
here.
like,
You're like, huh?
"Hey, nice to meet you." Like, but I was like, that was just one of the crazy things. It was like, oh, like, dude, you're a stud, and then your wife knows who is a huge fan of us, and it was just so weird.
That's got to be nuts.
Yeah, it was cool. It was
Yeah.
cool, but yeah, pretty wild.
So who are they playing that day? Was it a good game at least? Do you remember?
I don't remember. I don't think it was a very good game. It wasn't like an important game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It was like a year ago. We've had a lot of stuff happen in the last year that
What would you say is probably like the coolest thing that you've gotten to do because of the show? The show?
other than
coming to West St.
other-
Paul?
other than yeah,
And seeing a fucking car crash outside. Sarge, I didn't tell you about this.
that was crazy.
When he pulled up, there were like 12 cop cars outside
yeah,
and an ambulance.
Oh
and
my gosh.
There's
I was
like
like, oh,
three-
dude, did you
yeah.
just wreck your car right there? And
there's
he's
like 3 cars that were in this accident, and they brought ambulances and fire trucks and cop cars everywhere. It was crazy.
no, he just got a police escort now that you're the
Yeah.
biggest celebrity.
I know. I need a police escort. So, yeah. No, I think so. The one of the coolest things that we got to do, which I never would have thought that it was like that cool, but WWE Monday, I think it was Monday Night Raw, was
Yep.
live on Netflix, and this was maybe, I don't know, 6 months ago or whatever. And they reached out to us and they're like, hey, Monday Night Raw, it's gonna be at Target Center at this day. Like, do you guys want to go? And I was like, I don't watch WWE. Like, I don't care about that. And I'm like, but sure, let's just do it.
Yeah.
So we went there, and they hooked us up. Like they brought us in like a back door. Like we had free food, free drinks, and we walk in, and the guy's like, hey, so You guys are gonna be sitting right here. It was right behind like Pat McAfee and his desk.
Sick.
And he's like, you're gonna be sitting right next to Bert Kreischer and like this and this. And I was like, wait, what? Because Bert,
What the hell was he here for?
he had a new show coming out on Netflix or a new stand-up special or something on Netflix. So he loves WWE.
Okay.
And so
Makes sense as a guy who takes his shirt off a lot.
yeah, he took his shirt off that night.
Okay.
And I don't know if I regret not doing it, but at one point they introduced the Netflix people. So it was us, it was him and his wife, and then it was another couple on a show that was coming out, and it was us first. And our plan was to just like cheers our gold goblets and chug our drinks. And I was like, should I just take my shirt off?
Yes.
Dude.
And be
Oh, you made a big mistake,
dude,
Daniel.
I know. And I was like, I should have done it. Like, I should have just done it.
He would have respected you for like the rest of your life.
I know. I think so. And so that was a missed opportunity.
Or he would have been like, what the fuck?
yeah. Or it like wouldn't have worked out, and people would have been like, what is this guy? Who is this guy?
Yeah.
Like, and then Bert went next, and he took his shirt off, and he jumped over the gate to go and wrestle someone. So I think it was like a bit that was set up.
Oh,
And so maybe me taking my shirt off would have like messed up the bit.
sure.
But anyways, I thought about doing that. But it was cool just sitting next to them and like meeting him and his wife and just like being like, hey, it's like great to meet you, and this is who we are. We were on Love Is Blind and blah blah blah. And
Yeah.
he like introduced himself. He's like, hey, I'm Bert. Like, yeah, I'm a comedian. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, I know who you are.
we know who you are, Bert. Thank you, but very humble, very nice.
Yeah. I saw him live at the Target Center a couple years ago. I thought he was
Yeah.
hilarious.
He is. He's dude.
He gets a lot of shit from people, but recently
Yeah.
everyone's like, okay, dude, you take off your shirt. But I'm like,
Yeah.
it's never not funny. Unless he gets like really
Yeah.
skinny and in shape, then it's
Yeah.
kind of like he's a douchebag.
Well, that was my issue, is that I'm kind of in the middle. Like, I'm not super like in shape buff, but like I don't have this huge belly. So if I
You're
took
like
my shirt
skinny
off,
fat.
I'm in like the limbo period where it wouldn't be funny for
Right.
me taking my shirt off, like because people would be like,
Okay.
all right. But for him,
Yeah,
it's funny when he
it's
takes his
perfect.
shirt off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're not fat enough,
No, I know. So maybe
which is good.
maybe
Which is good
that's-
for the
yeah.
record.
Yeah.
New resolution is to gain a bunch of weight so I can take my shirt off. With
Just
Bert.
like Mac from It's Always Sunny, purposely put on
Yeah.
weight for the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. I'm trying to think. I mean, we throw out the first pitch for the Twins.
I remember seeing that.
All
was
6 people in the stands.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Which honestly was great for us.
All
'cause
of our
there was-
unsold
there's
beer
so
there.
There was so much less pressure because the stands weren't filled.
Oh yeah,
But-
dude. I can imagine. I've thrown out a first pitch at a back. What is it? Is it the Backwoods Baseball League?
Or Great Lakes
The
League.
Eau
maybe.
Claire Express. I threw out the
Okay.
first pitch for one of their games, and I sailed the catcher by about 20 feet.
Okay.
Like, it's harder than
It is
if
hard.
you haven't thrown a baseball in a while.
Yeah.
You don't think about that.
Especially if you go up on the mound. They're like, hey,
Yeah.
don't go on the mound. Like, just do it from the grass. And I was like, screw that.
Yeah, I'm pitching
I'm out
from
here.
the
I'm gonna
mound.
go up and throw it from the mound. And I threw it, and it like went right at his feet. So
Oh.
I made it there. I didn't skip it like 3 times, but he scooped it. It was great.
I mean, no one could be worse than McGregor. Remember
Yeah.
his where it was
No,
like
50 Cent, dude.
50 Cent was the worst.
50 Cent was pretty brutal.
Carly Rae Jepsen, is that her name?
Yeah.
Hers
yeah,
was like directly at her feet.
Yeah. I just was like, just don't make a complete fool of myself.
Mm-hmm.
So far it was okay.
I can't remember. Were you guys at the 3M Open?
Yeah.
I thought I remember at the Stilly Party Deck.
Yes.
Was it Saturday?
Probably.
Do you, do you remember?
2:30. No.
Yeah. Do you remember seeing 2 guys in caddy suits and one painted all white dressed as a golf ball? Because that was us.
I don't remember seeing that. I probably would have remembered.
Okay.
But we were there, and I think it was Saturday. I was supposed to play in the pro-am,
Yeah.
and it got rained out.
Right. Yeah, it poured that
brutal.
Wednesday. I'm surprised the course was ready. And we
Yeah.
were out there Thursday morning and it was like
Yeah.
squishy. So
Yeah. So I'm gonna have to see if I can get back in there for this year. But it's a
Yeah.
cool event. It's
Yeah.
like super fun. So we went. I think a couple days.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were there all 4 days.
Nice.
Just getting
Just having
getting
a
fucking
time.
tanked.
Yeah.
But yeah, Saturday, because I remember Saturday being there and people saying like, "Oh, one of the couples from Love Is Blind is here,"
Oh, okay.
and I'm like, I love that show. I've seen it.
Yeah,
you know.
I literally watched that every single night before bed.
Yeah.
You told me that before.
Yeah. Yeah, I was bowing to you, but you didn't see it.
Well,
But
I felt you kissing my feet. Though,
Uh-huh,
so
yeah.
that's where I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, this guy's for real.
After about 15 stillies. Yeah. But yeah, so Sarge was painted all white.
Yeah, you probably
yeah.
have some white paint on you from me because it was getting everywhere.
would've given you a hug,
Okay,
it
so
would've
that's what that
ruined
is
your
on
shirt.
my toes.
Yeah.
It's not a different white liquid.
Right. Well, that wouldn't surprise me either. I guess. But, yeah.
Saw a great shot from 18 in from the fairway and just
Yeah.
had to whip it out.
Yeah. Well, that's fair.
Well, yeah, no. If you end up playing in the the Celebrity Pro-Am, you need a caddy. I got you.
I'll
Know
let
the
you
course
know.
pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Played it a couple times.
It's a sweet course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you a big golfer?
Big golfer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you a good golfer?
Not bad. I'm a 7.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
That's about what I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was at my best. I was like 4.5,
Yeah.
and that's when I was playing a lot. I just haven't been playing as much. But I'm going on a trip to Arizona in a couple weeks.
Where you playing? Where you playing?
I'd have to look up the courses, but it's like Tucson area, so we're not playing.
Oh,
like
so you're
TPC
down-
Scottsdale.
yeah,
We're a
you're
little bit
below-
south.
a little south.
But there's a couple nicer courses that we're playing. So I go down like on a Thursday and play Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Come back on Monday.
Damn
which I'm
right.
pretty pumped about.
There's nothing better than a good golf trip where you just
Seriously.
play every single day.
Yeah.
You
And it's
playing
like- 36
any days?
I think it's just 18.
Okay.
But I've been on trips where it's a Friday, Saturday, 36,
Yeah.
and like that's a grind. The last 18,
Yeah.
usually we play like a scramble the last 18
Right.
because everyone's backs are like getting through.
You're
We're
like
getting old
Andy
now.
Bernard.
like-
You got the
Yeah, I
the
got the
lotion
blisters.
gloves from all the blisters.
Dude, I love The Office. That's
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like just a guy's trip too, which is great. Like, there's not much out there that beats a guy's golf trip.
No.
No.
Like, I can't wait.
You're just drunk the entire time.
Dude, you're just like having the best time.
Yeah.
You have no responsibilities other than to hit this little white ball
Right.
and drink a couple things.
And
Like,
the golf is like the only thing on the agenda.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's always funny when you compare like bachelorette parties to bachelor parties,
Yeah.
where bachelorette parties are like, all right, we're waking up at 8, we're doing mimosas, then we have a boat cruise at this time, and then
Right.
we got to get ready for this, and then guys, it's like, well, fellas, the tea time's at 2:30.
Yeah.
and it's 9 a.m. What do you guys want to do?
Right.
I guess we'll just start drinking right now.
Hopefully the Airbnb you're staying at has a pool.
Yeah.
And you just like hang out by the pool, start
Yeah.
drinking, and then go golf.
There's no plan.
Yeah.
It's the best, other than making the tea time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be fun. Yeah, it'll be good. I'm trying to like explore, I feel like YouTube golf is so saturated. It feels like everybody's doing YouTube golf, but like I think it'd be fun to like start actually making content around my golf stuff just because like I love doing that stuff.
Yeah.
Like golf is like my favorite thing in the world other than being married to my beautiful wife.
There you go.
Nice.
Golf. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Top 5 courses in Minnesota.
Oh man. Okay, so my family is a cabin up in northern Minnesota. The Giants Ridge courses
Yep.
and the Wilderness. I'll say this is just my personal opinion. I think a lot of people put the Corey at Giants Ridge as like number 1, which it's a great course, but I'd put the Wilderness as my number 1.
Same.
I love that course, and there's a casino right there too, so
Yeah.
It's the
you
best.
just can't go wrong.
Yeah.
I'd say the Wilderness, and then I would say the Corey at Giants Ridge. I'd say the Legends at Giants Ridge. My parents or my dad is a member at Bear Path in Eden Prairie.
Fuck yeah.
I
Played
love
there
that
once.
course. Yeah, I love that course. I would put that up there just for just, I don't know, personal
Yeah.
reasons.
I mean, any track designed, by the Bear Paw
Yeah, dude.
is
I know.
legit.
It's
They
great.
don't make
And
bad
then
courses.
I was gonna say Troy Burns in Wisconsin technically.
It's
is-
private now.
It is?
Yeah, it's private too.
Did that just happen?
Correct.
Yeah.
Just happened this year.
That and the Royal are both private
Yeah,
now.
yeah. I played that when it was, because wasn't that the 3M course or something like that? I don't remember.
The Royal. Yeah, so I used to work there
Oh,
when it was
nice.
Tartan Park,
Okay.
and then they cut down some holes. Thank God. But yeah, that was.
Okay.
I just did that for free golf because that was my college jobs. Because I love golf as well, and I was like, dude, if I can, I was a grounds crew guy at Northland Country Club in Duluth. That's where I went to school. That was the best. Criminally underplayed.
Yeah.
But Superior National, if you haven't played there.
Yeah. That was up there, and then I was gonna say the classic at Madden's.
Yep.
Is up there too. That's a great course. Top 5 is tough because like I don't know. Minnesota has a lot of great golf courses.
Agreed.
And different personalities to each course too. Like you get a course like Deacon's Lodge where you're in the middle of the woods and
Right.
like a lot of elevation, but then you get more open link style courses like Loggers Trail or it's hard. Every time I get asked that question, I usually give a different answer every time.
Yeah.
Like,
Depends on where I've played recently. Like,
Yeah.
You know, so, but pretty consistently, those courses up north are
Yep.
like at my top.
Yep.
Yeah, those are great.
There's literally nothing better than walking off of 18 on the Wilderness and like, all right, well, I guess I'm playing blackjack.
Yeah, you're just right there. Like, it's almost a shame if you don't.
Especially if you play a good round, you're like, all right, I'm lucky
Yeah,
today.
nothing could ever happen to take me down from how I'm feeling right now.
Right. Then you just get
And
absolutely
you just get
skunked.
buried at the blackjack tables.
Yeah.
And go home and start drinking.
Right. Pretty easy life,
Could
golf
be
trips.
worse.
Yeah.
Could be worse.
Yeah. Well, Sarge, did you have any other questions?
So what sports did you play growing up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I played just about everything. Baseball, it was kind of my biggest sport. That's what I focused most of my time on. But like growing up, it was baseball, basketball, football, pretty much year round.
So you didn't grow up a golfer. You picked it up
No,
later?
I mean, I played a little bit, but I didn't start taking it seriously until maybe, I don't know, 10 years ago. I like to think that I'm a fairly like just naturally gifted athlete.
Yeah.
No big deal, but
Yeah.
no, it was easier to pick up than some other sports. Plus, it's like in high school I played baseball, which was at the same time as where golf would have been. But I liked baseball better, and all my friends played baseball. And then I played basketball until about 9th or 10th grade, and then realized that I'm only 5'8", so I'm
Yeah.
probably better use of my time to play baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that I played everything though. It's like, beach volleyball, like hockey,
Spike ball.
spike ball, pickleball.
Are you a big pickleballer, big doinker?
I wouldn't say I am, but I definitely pickle here and there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm better at that than tennis.
Yeah, dude. Tennis is just a lot of running.
Yeah.
I mean, pickleball, I like that it's just on a smaller court.
Yeah, nobody wants to run.
No.
That's why I golf.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Take the cart.
Yeah. So I kind of played everything. Yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, you think about like golf now, that's all I do, and I just regret playing lacrosse instead of playing golf.
Yeah, I've thought about that. Because like when I really dedicate myself to something, if I really tried to like, work on my golf game, I could probably get pretty good, but you'd have to play at least once or twice a week, and then you're putting and chipping every day. Like it's a lot of time, and like if I really wanted to, I probably could. And I've thought like, hey, if I did this when I was in high school, I'd be so much better of a golfer now. But I'm glad that I played baseball, and like I have a lot of good memories from that. And so
Yeah. I played high school golf, and you don't get that much better because in high school,
makes you feel better,
you're
yeah.
like, you're not a degenerate yet. Like you're eating somewhat healthy. You're not. At least I didn't drink that much in high school.
Yeah.
And so like, you have all the time in the world to only focus on golf.
Yeah.
Whereas once you become an adult, unless like you said, you're putting in a lot more time to it. Like once you get a full-time job, and if you have like a side gig, and then if you're married and kids, it's just like, once you grow up, it's impossible to give it your all at a sport like
For
golf,
sure.
or really anything, to be honest.
Yeah, that's where I'm like, okay, if I could like somewhat use my platform to build some type of like golf, I don't know, some type of golf platform, then that's kind of my job.
Yeah.
So then maybe I can spend more time doing that. That's at least what I'm going to tell Taylor.
You should do it. You should do it.
I'm going to work. Like I gotta do this to pay the bills.
She's like, Daniel, you've posted 30 videos and they've each gotten 1,000 views. I don't think this is working. You're like, just give it time.
Just trust the process.
Yeah.
You just gotta trust it.
Yeah. I don't even think you're not even filming some of these. No, I am. Trust me. I'm just fall behind the scenes.
I got the new meta glasses.
Yeah.
I don't actually have those, but that'd be kind of fun.
Dude, they're pretty sweet. You don't have any?
No, I've thought about it. I mean, they're not too expensive.
Like $300.
Yeah, I almost looked at your glasses to see if they.
These aren't. You've
just been recording me the whole time on your glasses.
POV.
Yeah.
You're interviewing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you would tell if I had those glasses on though, because they're so goddamn thick.
Okay.
Like the lenses are like this thick around. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Whenever you see those prank videos of people recording, I'm like, how do the people that are getting recorded not see it?
I know.
Because there's also a blue light that flashes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
But I mean, you're not doing pranks. You'd be playing golf.
No, but I should probably prank my wife.
I was
going to
say, yeah, you could do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if you guys ever need a guest sitting in and watching sports,
dude, we'll absolutely invite
100%.
you. We can bring you golfing. We could collab on some golf
that'd
stuff.
Be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. With it being nicer in Minneapolis or like Minnesota for a few days, it like gets you thinking about spring and summer. But then I'm just waiting for a foot of snow to come in 2 weeks or what. We're just gonna get. Minnesota has a way of teasing us with nice weather and then just pounding us down.
And it'll be right after the course is open too. It's always like they open on a Friday and then it's a snowstorm on Monday.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, sorry, we're closed again.
Yeah. Yeah, we're doing some stuff with the women's PGA championship is at Hazeltine.
Yeah, that's
year.
right.
So we're doing some stuff with them to help promote and do some ticket sales and stuff like that. So we'll have some content maybe later this summer or later this spring with them.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. But I'm excited for the Ryder Cup.
Yeah, 2029.
It's going to be sick.
That's going to be sick.
Yeah. So we'll get to go golf Hazeltine one of the days and like get some content or whatever. So that'll be cool.
Good luck on the greens. Have you ever played there?
No, but I've heard that they run like, I don't know, it's at the 12 or whatever, but like fast.
Yeah, like I'm used to getting spin on the ball, and I have to land it on the fringe to be at the back of the green on that, on those greens.
And it might even be in like tournament condition, too,
right?
Which is just gonna tear me apart.
Yeah,
but we'll have a fun day out there.
Yeah, no, it's just cool getting to play it, especially like the iconic 16th hole.
Yeah,
it's just cool to like see that tee shot, where there's the big lake on the right and then like the river that runs on the left, and it's an amazing course. And yeah, I think it's a great venue for like the Ryder Cup. I think our fans will at least be a little nicer to the Europeans.
I mean, you get a bunch of Minnesota people out there and they're not going to be too mean, but we'll see.
Well, I mean, we'll be passive aggressive.
Right. Yeah. No, we'll be nice to your face.
Yeah.
And then we're going to talk shit.
Yeah. We'll turn around and like say some mean stuff, or we'll tweet it.
Right.
From an account with NBA players as the profile picture.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Because there's no repercussions for posting on social media.
No.
You can do and say whatever you want.
Right.
Yeah.
100%. Well, dude, thanks so much for coming in. This was a blast. We'd love to have you on. We're gonna do streams for the rest of the Olympic Games.
Yeah.
And then we usually do wild playoffs, wool playoffs. It's an interesting environment though. It's not gonna be anything like you've done before. Watching sports. I mean, if you see some of the costumes out there, 2 of those are for women, even though it's all men on the stream.
Wow.
Jerseys.
That just makes it better.
Sarge has a surprise coming Thursday.
Oh,
yeah.
Very
we'll
nice.
explain afterwards because we want to ruin it. But
I don't even want to start like guessing it.
You're not going to want to visualize it. I'll tell you that.
Okay. Well,
let's just say it involves Will Ferrell.
Yes.
Okay.
USA.
Maybe I will want to envision that
one. Yeah.
I'll take that home with me tonight.
If you're a good red-blooded American, you'll appreciate it.
Yeah. No, I look forward to seeing that. That's for when?
That is, what's the plan? Thursday for the gold?
Think Thursday.
Okay.
For the women's gold medal game.
Is it live stream on YouTube or is it on
YouTube. It's on Facebook, X, pretty much everywhere but Instagram. Going live on Instagram through streaming software is kind of a nightmare.
Oh, okay.
Because it like flags you as spamming and then limits your views, which no one likes.
Yeah.
In this economy.
No, can't afford that.
Yeah. So, all right, folks. Well, you'll see Daniel will join us for some games.
We're holding you to it, dude.
Yeah, we are. We're holding you to it. And I'm texting you my takes.
I'm either gonna sit at home and watch it by myself or come and have some drinks here with you guys.
Easy enough. Easy decision.
Yeah.
You just have to tell your wife that you're like doing productive content stuff. Like, hey, I'm gonna collab with these local guys. We're gonna help grow our stuff. And then she's gonna tune into the live stream and just see you sitting next to a guy dressed as the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah. If you follow Taylor or I on Instagram, you'll see that we're all about the costumes and the dress up.
Oh, love it. You'll fit right in.
So, yeah, that doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'll bring my own costume.
Okay. Look at that. You have to. You got to fit right in.
All right.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Sweet. All right. Well, thanks again, man, so much. This was a blast.
Thanks for having me. This was great.